Fitness testing and training principles. Fitness factors in netball. Endurance. Cardiovascular endurance is a critical fitness factor in netball as you are continuously running with only small breaks. An example is a person who is playing the center would be required to constantly run up and down the court being involved in the game. Endurance test. The beep test is an intense endurance test which requires you to perform shuttle runs of 20 meters distance. The test is used to estimate the aerobic ability of the person taking the test. The participants are required to run on the sound of a beep, and the participants need to keep up as the speed of the beep becomes increasingly faster. Speed. Speed is often used in netball when trying to move the ball down the court before the other team can catch up. Speed is used constantly throughout a netball game. Another example being when trying to move into space to get the ball passed to you. Speed test. An example of a speed test is a 40-meter sprint. The purpose of this speed test is to measure how quickly an athlete can sprint 40 meters to gauge the athlete's explosive speed. People with fast-twitch muscle fibers are proven to be far better at tests like these rather than people who have slow-twitch muscle fibers. People with slow-twitch muscle fibers are best suited for endurance. Agility. Netball is a game which demands agility as you cannot run with the ball and therefore you are constantly having to come to a sudden stop. You also need to constantly be changing directions as the game progresses at a fast pace. Agility is also consistently used in netball to move around your defender to get into space to have the ball passed to you. Agility test. An appropriate test to test an athlete's athletic agility is the Illinois Agility Test. The Illinois Agility Test is simple. The participant must put their maximum effort in. The participants begin by laying flat on their chest at the beginning, and when they are signaled to start, they get to their feet as quickly as possible and begin navigating through a series of traffic cones arranged in a manner which requires constant changes of direction. The test is electronically timed by a stopwatch. Standardized tests used. Vertical jump. The vertical jump test is an extremely simple test which measures how high a person can jump from a stationary position. I personally scored 63 centimeters, which is considered to be a very good vertical jump score. A position that would best be suited in netball is a center or goal defense, as it would be highly useful to be able to jump to intercept a pass which may have led to a goal being scored by the opponent. This jumping advantage would also be highly useful in this position as it could be utilized to intercept a pass intended to go over the center to the shooter behind you. Speed test. When testing my sprinting ability, I decided to conduct a 40-meter sprint test to measure the time taken to complete the sprint in order to gauge my sprinting ability. In this test, my time for the sprint was 6.5 seconds, which is considered a good time. The reliability of this test is however limited as the weather was considerably wet and rainy, which may have reduced my performance. Speed would be ideal for playing the center position in netball as the center has to be able to run up and down the court quickly in order to stay involved with the game and to be as useful to their team as possible. Agility test. In order to measure my athletic agility, I chose to conduct the Illinois Agility Test. My time for the test was 16 seconds, which is considered to be an above average time. Agility is one of the most vital factors when playing netball as it is constantly demanded in order to play at a competent level. This is largely due to the rule of not being able to run with the ball, meaning that players are required to come to an almost immediate stop to pass the ball and then change direction to get into space. The position is best suited for the center position, as constant movement and agility will be critical to be an effective center and get the ball down the court as quickly as possible. Communication and collaboration. Effective communication and collaboration were two crucial skills required to run, participate in, and measure these standardized fitness tests. Communication was consistently utilized in all three of these tests, as someone was able to cue the person participating in the test for when to start, and to be able to ensure that the test was conducted reliably by pointing out false starts or incorrect jumps. In order to perform a vertical jump test, collaboration was key, as the second person was needed to be able to accurately measure the result of the jump. Collaboration was also used for both the Illinois agility test as well as the 40-meter sprint test, as there was someone to both measure the time accurately using a stopwatch as well as measuring out both courses to ensure they were the correct length.